It's time for breaking bread with Papa. Hey, don't you know? Hey, it's our goal. Hey, it's time for breaking bread with Papa. Hey, don't you know? Hey, it's also a show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Breaking Bread with Tom Papa. I'm Tom Papa, and I'm here with my pal, Kira Sultanovich.
I haven't seen you in so long.
I know.
Feels like a really long time.
It does feel like a long time. I'm excited to get going. We have a lot to catch up on. We've got a lot of Joey news. We have a lot of tour news. We also have two sponsors for today's program. We'd like to thank the good people at todaytix.com. They say the holidays aren't so much about gifts as they are about spending quality time with loved ones. But why not combine both by gifting them an unforgettable experience you can enjoy together, like a night at the theater, especially when you can save up to 40% on theater tickets by using Today Tix. Go to todaytix.com/Papa and use the promo code Papa to get $20 off your first Today Tix purchase. That's promo code Papa at todaytix.com/Papa. todaytix.com/Papa. Yeah, I'm looking for tickets, actually. We'll talk about it later. Also, we'd like to thank our good friends at nuts.com. Nuts.com. I love nuts.com. Cashews, almonds, root beer barrels. I love how they always include root beer barrels in case anyone's over 65. Nuts.com is offering new customers a free gift with the purchase and free shipping on orders of $29 or more at nuts.com/Papa. The holiday season is here. It's time to stock up, so go check out all the delicious options at nuts.com/Papa. You'll receive a free gift and free shipping when you spend $29 or more. That's nuts.com/Papa. Where do we begin? Well, let's backtrack.
Okay.
Let's go back a little bit because Thanksgiving is past.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit. We recorded before Thanksgiving for a little bit after, and then we had our friend Matt Wilpers in New York City, which I've got to tell you about. This is my Peloton guy. And it was like meeting the biggest celebrity I know because I've been with this guy for 4 years. He's been coaching me on the screen on Peloton for 4 years, and I got to meet him. And now I feel fat.
Was he like excited as well to meet you?
Not as excited.
No. I mean, you're a celebrity to him.
You would think.
No. Oh.
He was like, okay. He was into it.
He's like, I've seen bigger people.
I think so.
I've trained bigger stars.
He was like, yeah, I know. You work out with me. So does Jay-Z.
Now, I don't know anything about Pelotons. So when you choose a trainer, you can't just like log into any class. You have to.
You can.
Okay.
What they do is they do them live.
Okay.
So you can get on the bike and do a workout live. But they also record them. They're in New York. So I never do the live ones because I'm in Los Angeles, California. So I just log on and look at what classes Matt has accumulated, and then I jump on the bike.
So he doesn't see you live.
He does not see us. We see him.
Okay.
He does see our performance. He sees like your username and what's going on.
Right.
Yeah. But we corresponded on social media. I sent him one of my books, You're Doing Great, during the pandemic. And great guy, just so solid. I mean, that's why I've been with him for 4 years. He's just straight ahead, good dude, energetic. But man, not 1 ounce of body fat. Even his head is skinny. You know how Joey's skinny?
Yeah.
But not athletic?
No.
It's like if you had Joey skinny,
right,
but looking like a superhero.
It's like I met a trainer once and it looked like his skin was 2 sizes too small for his body, but they managed to still stretch it over. Like there's nothing that protrudes.
Nothing.
And even the gluteus is just.
Didn't see it.
Oh, you didn't see it? I've seen him.
I stayed off his gluteus.
Yeah. But it's incredible that
is
humans
incredible.
can walk the earth like that.
Like I have a goal I want to be able to do pull-ups.
Oh.
And I used to be able to do pull-ups when I was in high school. And that was about 50 years ago. And I can't do pull-ups. So I'm trying to get in shape to do pull-ups. And I was looking at Matt Wilpers, and I was like, if I was Matt Wilpers, I could do pull-ups because he's the lightest version of himself that he can be.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up a guy who's 20 pounds heavier than when I was in high school. You know what I mean?
20.
Like, yeah. Yeah. Like I was 185. I was 185
Yeah.
in high school.
But that's we change.
So
our whole
15
body changes every 7 years. Like literally, your cells are not the same cells. You're not the same skin. Your muscle, like everything, decomposes and gets built back up.
Really?
100%. You're not the same body.
It doesn't get built up the same way.
No.
So it's just a shittier version. Like they're using like worse parts. Like cheaper cells.
Yeah, exactly. It's from China. Everything now is from China. But like, think of your body at 5 years old, and then think of your body at 15 years old. That's not anywhere close to the same body at all. Mm-hmm. Okay, so then 15 years old, let's jump ahead to 30.
Okay.
And then go to 50. You are a completely different person.
Yeah.
Completely. You're not the same at all. That's why when people are like, you've changed. Yes, we have to. Like, we literally, on a cellular level, change.
So with all the good habits that you add into your life, when you're rebooting your system, do you have an advantage over someone who's not? Like if somebody's smoking and drinking and they're rebooting their system, it's going to be that much shittier?
Yeah, you're not going to reboot to the full caliber. Like you're not living the best version of yourself.
Right. So like a 50-year-old version of your cells and your hair and your skin and what have you, like the best version of that, any abuse you do to it is going to deteriorate that.
Absolutely.
This was, for our listeners, I apologize if I'm going back over material from the Wilpers thing, but I think it's worth noting, and you'll appreciate it. The biggest takeaway, the best bit of advice I got from him was the recovery time between your workouts is so valuable. Like you do your workout, you bust ass, you do everything you're supposed to do, and you're sweating and you're exhausted and your muscles are broken down and your lungs are filled, and now your body goes on recovery mode, and that's when you get all the benefits from it. You broke down the muscle, now it's rebuilding. Yeah. All that stuff. So your recovery mode is where you're starting to put money in the bank and get the benefits, and then you go back to the next workout. Now you're even stronger, and you keep building and building. Right. Unless you eat like shit, drink a lot, smoke, do whatever.
Don't sleep.
Yep. Which is the worst part of it. It's like, okay, even if you, and this was killing me, and I hate to say this to our friends out there listening on a program called Breaking Bread, where we celebrate life and food and drinking and all the sweet, sweet things that God has given us. But alcohol, you don't sleep, at a certain age, you don't sleep the same way you do after even one glass of whatever. And I know you don't drink, really.
I don't, but I had a little sip of brandy a couple weeks ago.
Ooh.
It destroyed me. It was like I got hit by a truck. It destroyed me.
Because of your sleep or because of how drunk you got?
I can't remember if I slept any different that night, but just I felt it. I felt it in my fingernails.
Immediately? Like while you were drunk?
My eyelashes. The next day.
Oh, the next day.
The next day. I did not, drink to getting drunk, but the next day I was like, what have I done? Because I don't drink at all.
At all. And brandy, I believe, it's pretty sweet. There's got to be,
sugar.
You have no sugar.
Yeah, the sugar probably affected me.
Yeah.
I know. It's
a
bummer. This is what I'm saying. Now you know what I've been living through the last year. It is such a buzzkill.
It is a
such
buzzkill.
A party pooper.
It really is. But I think you just pick your battles.
You got to split the difference.
You pick your battles. You pick the times when you are going to celebrate and go off.
That's right.
You know, and not every night has to be the thing. And you have to really kind of tell yourself at certain times, I'm not going to have wine at dinner. I'm not going to. I got into a routine where I was drinking wine pretty much with every meal.
Wow. Breakfast wine? What's a good breakfast wine?
Every dinner.
What goes well with scrambled eggs? Like a Chard? Like a Grigio?
You ever see when Bert Kreischer does the Winston Churchill's birthday thing?
No.
He lives like Winston Churchill for the day on his birthday, which is so great. Because Winston Churchill would wake up in the morning and he'd be in bed, and they would bring him a tray for his breakfast in bed, and he would start drinking. He would have a little brandy to start, and then he'd have eggs and sausages and smoke a cigar and read the papers, and then he would have another thing to drink, and then he'd get showered off and get dressed and have one more drink and smoke another cigar on his way out of the house, and he just lived that every day that way. He looked like Winston Churchill.
Exactly. You know, our fellow comics, not the healthiest, always. And I have a friend who I'm exhausted. I had 3 sets yesterday.
You did.
And I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
And I got home, it was 10:30. You know, that's not the latest, but I was like, oh God, I just collapsed in bed.
Yeah.
And then I have some friends that were chatting the other night at the Improv, and they were like, yeah, I'm a night owl. I stay up till 2 or 3. I'm a night owl. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. I get that and I'm sure there are night owls listening.
Yeah.
They're just like, I just can't go to bed at 10. It's just not my style. You don't understand. No, it's not okay. And then they're always complaining, and it's like they're always feeling sick, and they're always feeling tired, and they're always 3 a.m.? I mean, I get it. There are some people, they have to work the night shift.
Sure.
Okay, fine, but hopefully you're balancing your life. But a comic just going like, I don't really unwind until 2:30, 3 a.m.
And then they sleep to 11.
Because they don't have kids or
Yeah.
jobs or responsibilities during the day.
Right.
But that jacks you up so much.
The sleep is really you have to do everything you can to get good sleep.
Yeah.
That is really the key. That is that recovery for your nervous system. It's the key for your brain. It's the key for your body. So anything you do, even eating jalapenos at 7 o'clock at night and having an upset stomach, you're not going to sleep as great. Like anything you can do that's going to properly get you into good, solid sleep, you'll be okay. So if you do drink, my cousin does this. He has like 1 shot of tequila. He loves really nice tequila, but he does it at 5 and then has a meal. Like, and he's a healthy guy. Like he works out all the time. And he just figured out that if I do it early enough, it's not going to mess up my sleep.
See, I would be asleep by 6 if I took a shot at 5. I'd be like, good night. I am out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the big takeaway, was it's the stuff in between the workouts. Because so many times in that 4 years, I'm working out pretty hard. It gives you your little calendar and you can see how many workouts you have.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm really doing it. Why haven't I lost an ounce? Because my behavior in between, I'm eating cheese and wine and just living the good life and look, you also go through phases where you want to do that. We're heading into the holidays. Okay. But I think the real key is to just pick your battles and just, I don't know.
Well, we're not going to be Matt.
We're not going to be Matt.
We're not going to be Matt because Matt's job is to be Matt.
Matt is a superhero.
And we're gonna ease off a little bit on wanting 0% body fat because it's just not in our cards and we don't need it.
Right.
Matt does because that's his brand.
Even beyond his brand, he does these workouts and talks the whole time to us.
That's nuts.
It's nuts because other instructors can't do that. I see other instructors like kind of get quiet.
Yeah.
As they're
Yeah. So he has a gene mutation. That's all. He's just a mutant, and that's okay. Like, we need mutants in our lives, and then
Sorry,
we need, comics who just look, like real humans, like real
I
people.
saw this Turner Classic movie. I love Turner Classic movies. It's what I watch. I'd say if the TV's on, if I'm tired and just roll into I just turn on Turner Classic Movies. I love being told what to watch. I love what's ever on. I love just peering into the history of great films, whatever. And there was this actor, I have no idea what his name was, but he's been like, those company actors, those studio actors that were in like every film, like if you watch It's a Wonderful Life, that guy who played Mr. Bailey, he was in 1,000 things.
Right.
There was this guy, and he talks kind of like this, and he's a big fat guy. And they showed his history. And when he came to L.A., he was a young, fit guy trying to get roles. And he did okay. And then he gained a ton of weight. And he was a fat guy with a cigar. And he never stopped working. He became that character. He had this gruff voice, and he had this big cigar, and he just big fat guy, and he rolled around. He booked like crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's another option for us, is what I'm saying. Is when you said comics, we're comics.
Yeah.
We could go completely the other way.
Well, how many comics do you know that did go to an extreme? And that became their thing, and now they have to live at that extreme.
Or they're dead.
All the time.
Yeah.
Can Bert Kreischer ever do a show with a shirt on? Ever?
What's really funny is I haven't seen him on social media, but Fortune was saying that he might be on Ozempic. He's doing he's like ripped now. Now he's doing poses showing how ripped he is. Have you seen them?
No.
So I don't know if he's doing Ozempic or if he's doing whatever, but his shirt's off and now he's apparently muscly.
Wow.
I don't know how that would play on stage. If he takes his shirt off and he's in shape, are people really going to enjoy that as much?
I mean, maybe. Maybe they are going to cheer him on no matter what at this point. But I do know that if an overweight woman, nothing wrong with that, not body shaming, but if an overweight woman took her shirt off and the same girthiness belly of Bert's with just a bra and a big girthy belly, I'm sure people would, want their money back. They're not going to be
I don't know. I'm not sure.
You think? A big...
Fat is funny. Fat is fun. Fat calms you down as an audience member.
It does?
It makes you happy, yeah. People who are fat...
I don't mind it. I'm just saying, I'm just curious if a woman would get away with it the same way.
It wouldn't be the same. No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. It could be successful. I mean, you don't know, but...
And then also the opposite, right? Body positivity, right? People are like, Lizzo's beautiful, and she is. I mean, she's beautiful. And, and you can do whatever you want, girls, doesn't matter what size you are. But men don't normally get, like...
Yeah.
A large guy is not going to be like, your body's beautiful. They're more like, oh, God, come on, guy. You know what I mean? Have an apple.
My buddy Stavros is chubby.
Yeah.
And he works the body positivity. He's like, I look good. There's girls out there for this kind of guy.
I'm sure there are.
Yeah, it works.
If Ralphie could get Lana, anything is possible.
Yeah. Okay, so Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
How was your Thanksgiving?
I've seen you since.
I know, but we haven't talked about it on the air.
Oh, okay. It was great.
You had a good time.
We had a great time. We had a small little family thing.
Right.
And then, and my husband cooks, and it's like incredible. Like every year, I swear I say the same thing. I don't know how you made this turkey, but like it's so delicious. He truly has a talent. And then I took my kids, my 8-year-old and my soon-to-be 13-year-old, to the Laugh Factory. And we fed
you did it.
the homeless.
Oh.
And my 8-year-old daughter saw me do stand-up for the first time.
Oh, we didn't talk about this at all.
We didn't talk about it. That she remembers. I did bring her to a gig once. She was really little, but now, you know.
They do
and
stand up while they're giving food to the homeless?
So first the comics feed the homeless, right? Would you like some cranberry sauce? Here's some mashed potatoes. And they come in and they come sit down in the showroom. And then once
Where's the food set up?
when you first walk in.
Right by the ticket booth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like they really, it's like they transform it. It doesn't look anything like the Laugh Factory. But the audience area looks the same. They eat, and then every comic that was there scooping up gravy and things like that does a set. So I did a set.
So they all sit in the audience, all the people that were eating?
Yeah. And it's packed. Upstairs, downstairs, packed.
Packed.
Packed. There's a line up the block. They have to tell people, I'm sorry, there's no more space. Like, it's packed.
Really?
And
it's all people in need?
Yes. And most of them, you know, they just look like people. And then some, there's an extreme. Like, there's like, you know, one guy's missing an eye. Like, it's literally hanging from a socket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Another dude needs help with his plate because he literally just can't stop shaking. Or, you know, and then there's kids. And my 8-year-old daughter, she kind of felt it. She's like, that's a little kid my age.
Yeah.
Are they homeless? I go, I don't know, but they're here for a hot meal, which is nice.
Right.
But I could see it on her face. She's like, I better get my shit together.
I better be nicer to mom.
Yeah.
How's the show go?
It's fun. But I told my kids, I go, look, mommy's going to say some words.
Yeah.
My son is fine with it. He loves it.
That's great.
My 8-year-old, I get off stage. She's like, you said penis so many times, mommy. You said penis so many times.
Well, you should listen to her. No, but how does it go with the audience? Like, is that audience?
It's a rough audience. It's tough because they might not.
Are they distracted? Or are they kind of?
They're not distracted, but you can't be like, oh my gosh, my dishwasher broke. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can't be like, my Uber Eats was late the other day.
Does it feel like a room with a lot of mental struggles?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah. You're much nicer to hecklers because it's not their fault the voices are telling them to
yell out.
Show us your tits.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's very, there's so much good energy and love in the room.
Yeah.
It really does feel like, oh, I'm so glad I had this opportunity to do this. And when I tell people, just regular civilians in my life, they're like, I would love to go down there and do that and help out and bring my kid so my kid can also.
Yeah.
And I go, no, it's comics.
Right. It's not you.
It's not, there's plenty of, you know, food banks and places you can go.
I think we talked about this. My friend was saying that she doesn't go on Thanksgiving because everyone's volunteering.
Right. Yeah.
Go the week after.
Right. Or
when they really need help.
Anytime other than the holidays.
Yeah.
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 But it was great. And then I took my 8-year-old out of the Laugh Factory, outside. I let my older kids stay because I knew the comics coming up.
Right.
I knew it was going to get, it was just going to get hairy, scary. So I go, let's go play in the alleyway. That to me feels better.
Why don't you just leave?
Because we did 2 shifts.
We
did 2 feedings.
Whoa.
I know.
So you were there for 5 hours?
About 3.
Whoa.
Yes.
And the kids
They
were in the ride
loved it.
home?
Loved it.
Loved it.
Well, now my son's
Mike
done it
went
before.
too?
No.
He didn't go?
Mike doesn't like giving back to communities.
He's at home making turkey sandwiches by himself?
Yes. He was ecstatic. He's like, peace and quiet. Thank you. That's all I try to give my husband when I can. Just go sit by yourself in a room. You know, go. I don't mind. Just sit in the dark and just think about all the choices you made.
Well, that's really sweet. Good for you. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
I always wanted to do it, but I host all these people in my house.
I know.
And I can't get away.
You can't just leave.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
But that's why we do our meal early.
Yeah.
We ate by 2.
Our meal was around 3, probably 3:30. Joey came.
Joseph.
He brought his brother and his cousin.
Wow.
2 military kids. My other friend Edwin was there, who comes every year. I don't know if he's retired military or he's older military. So it was a good vibe. They were all like hanging out and talking and stuff. And then my friend, my nephew Sam and his partner Rex came. who are about as far from military as you could be. like
When you said partner, I
like
got it.
yeah, alternate lifestyle, fun, beautiful people, but not. And it was great. I was a little like, how's this all gonna? What's the vibe gonna be at the table? Will it work? And it worked great. Everybody got along. It was really nice actually having young energy at the table.
Yeah.
And the food came out great. Everything was cool. A little episode with Frank. I went to move the cutting board. I have this beautiful, big block cutting board, and has a little like rim around it, to catch anything.
Yeah.
And I'm carving away, and I live with a vegetarian, so like after the carving's done, I've got to move this. I got to get the body out
carcass,
of the.
yeah.
Let's put it over by the oven. Just not a big lift, but it's heavy, it's awkward. I kind of shifted a little bit and just turkey juice straight on Frank's head. Frank the pug is just in a bath of turkey juice.
But did he love it?
He loved it at first. It was the greatest day of his life. He was just licking up the floor. He could not believe. He was like, Tom, you're amazing.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the day, he was tortured because he smelled turkey but didn't know where it was coming from.
Oh my God. That's hilarious.
I said it last night
Holy
on stage.
cow.
I think it's fit
That
in the
is
act.
so funny. That's like a stoner.
Yeah.
Like they smell weed, but it's not like they can't smoke any of
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
It's like, I know
Just like,
there's a
here.
potential for weed.
It's around somewhere.
Oh my God.
So then we have a great time. The food is going. It's everybody. It all came out great, right, Joey? I think
Oh yeah, it was great.
high marks for the food itself.
Mm-hmm.
Great stuffing, great turkey. The turkey was on point. You should have taken some home actually, because there was a lot left over. It was really fun, and like I said, good young people energy, which is cool. Like a lot of times the kids are like, okay, that was fun, and they kind of disappear pretty quickly, and you're there with the oldies.
And your kids were there.
My kids,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there were no real oldies there. So the conversation kept going, and I ended up leaving the table first. We had pie, we had wine, we were having a good time, everything's going great. And I start wandering. I'm like, I need some couch time. The game's still on.
Yeah.
And I look back at the table, and it's still kind of popping off. I'm like, wow, I really did it this year. Like, I took responsibility for how much fun everyone was having. And then I realize, not until the next day, when we have this tradition where we go away to this hotel with my family, and we spend a couple days down by the beach after Thanksgiving. And on the car ride, I realize, or because they told me flat out, that my daughters and Joey's brother and cousin were not at Thanksgiving. They were in Flirt City. Did you know this, Joey?
I at the time no, but my
Oh, geez.
we're gonna
Oh,
cut
Jesus,
that. We're gonna
here
cut
we
that
go.
off.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, my mom did hear you mention that on the radio show, so I was a little prepared for the idea that this was all going on. But yeah, I
So
found
they
it a
didn't say
little
anything
weird.
when they left?
No, like some intel, some hot goss to share back to your
Like,
daughters.
did they say Tom's got hot chicks at his table?
I think they might have said something about them being cute, but there wasn't much mention.
How old is your brother and is your cousin?
They might both be 25.
They might? What do you mean might?
My brother's 25. My cousin 25, 26.
Great
Maybe he's my
guys.
age. Yeah.
Really funny.
Okay. So
They
is
were
that
funny.
okay with you with an 18-year-old?
I said to my 18-year-old, those were old men.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, 25 is my cutoff. I was like, what?
Wow.
She goes, we have guys mature much later than we do. I'm like, yeah, it's not really up to me.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't
It's
really
not.
protest too much.
Yeah.
So what can you do? But I let him have it. It is my role to stay away from those dudes.
Yeah. Because they might be.
They might be 25.
Murderers.
They could be 30.
Yeah.
And they're military dudes and who knows what. But it was really funny because I'm driving down to this
So you're
hotel
like,
thinking,
oh, wow, what a great part. No, they were all trying to get it on. Yeah.
I felt weird about it too, Tom. We're in the same boat there. It felt like my work family and my real family getting together, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, yeah, because you don't want them to just start making out.
no, hell no.
You know what I mean? Over the gravy boat.
That's the nice thing about military kids, though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they may be sneaks and not be great people, but they're going to show respect. They're going to show respect in the moment. Yes, sir. Of course
Okay, that
not.
is nice. Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I think your cousin's mom called the radio show.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Thanking us for having them because they hadn't spent Thanksgiving with a family in a while. I think your brother actually said that it had been like 4 years since he had been at a family Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So it was really nice.
That's
and I got
nice.
a nice note from Joey's father, I think.
Mm-hmm. Could I ask you about that? My mom was trying to. She was like, "You should put something funny in there. You know, make it funny." And I don't think he opted for the funny route. Did you find it funny or serious?
I
email?
don't remember.
Yeah.
It was charming, so there might have been something funny adjacent,
Okay, we'll take it.
perhaps. But yes, it was really young people. You got to keep young people in your life. You got to keep bringing young people around.
My nephew came over. Finally, we haven't seen him in so long.
Yeah.
And he's 20,
Yeah.
might be 20.
Yeah.
And he brought his high-powered, high-speed, like government SWAT team spy hovercraft. What are those things called?
Drone?
That he flies at 50 miles an hour.
Whoa.
And
How big?
It's big.
Yeah.
And we live on a cul-de-sac, so we went down to the end of the cul-de-sac, and everyone came out, and everyone in the and he wears special glasses, like it's like a VR type of
Jeez.
visor glasses thing, and just went crazy
Whoa.
everywhere, just spinning around like all over.
Cool to see your neighborhood that way, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was bananas. He could literally
Could he
go
show you
down
the
into yeah. He actually downloaded it onto my computer.
Yeah.
But he could take it. He could go down. We have a big, huge storm drain.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, oh, don't accidentally fly into the storm drain. He goes, I could do that. He could go down. He could go into the fly through it.
Jeez.
Crazy.
I have a little one that Kevin Nealon taught me about for his YouTube show,
Yeah.
and he uses it for all the footage. And
Oh, where you hike?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hiking with Kevin, I think. And it is great. It is really fun. I haven't used it in a while because what are you really going to do with it? You can go spy on all your neighbors.
Yep.
You can be like, what's going on in that yard? You can go check everything out. You can go fly through the neighborhood. It's really fun. But then after you do that a couple times, you're like, all right, what else am I going to do?
Well, what's legal about them?
I think pretty much everything.
Really?
Yeah, they don't have that many.
You can hover in front of someone's window.
I know. We've had
Easily.
it. We've had it in our house. Like people come and they're in the backyard and look at and a lot of times it's people doing what's it called when you shooting a movie and you looking for sites.
Yeah.
What do they
Location?
call it?
Like
location
scouting?
Yeah,
Okay.
location scouting. People are location scouting.
That's legal?
I guess.
Wow.
And think about it. If it's not, who are you going to call? Okay, so there was a drone here. All right.
Can you shoot it down?
Yeah, probably.
All right. Well, then that's the
Get a
next step.
slingshot. If there's
Yeah.
I'm
BB
pretty
gun?
I'm
BB
pretty
gun?
surprised that it's not a bigger thing. Like there was a time when down at LAX there was someone going and messing with the plane. They were getting close to planes.
Yeah.
They were landing. And I think they busted them. But I'm surprised with that. You could just get a drone. It's not that much money. You can get a drone. I'm surprised they're not all over the place.
Right. Well, our neighbor did get one a couple years ago for Christmas. You know, all the kids, Christmas Day, they come out with all their new, there's my new bike and my new rollerblades. And all the kids come out, and this really sweet kid, Alex, or no, it was Liam, a little kid named Liam, got a drone. He's like, oh my God, look at my drone. And then Alex says, can I try? And he flies it up and he flies it away and it's gone. Like Liam just opened up his Christmas present.
Oh my God.
And it's just, and then you can't, because if they're cheap, they don't have like a homing device.
Yeah.
And it was gone within 10 seconds of opening up a Christmas gift. It's gone.
That's what I'm always scared of. You put it on your iPhone, like your iPhone becomes the thing, and it goes on the controller, and it tells you when it's running out of battery, and sometimes it just comes back.
It comes back.
Yeah.
But those are the more high-end, expensive
A little
ones.
nicer one, yeah.
This
That's
is like
so funny.
cheapy one.
Well, if you're not giving somebody a drone for Christmas, how about you give them tickets?
Tickets are great.
My wife and I are trying to figure out what to do for New Year's Eve because we're going to be here in LA, and our children don't want to hang out with us anymore on New Year's Eve. That used to be the tradition. It was all family, and now we're cut loose. So I'm trying to find tickets to something might be fun. Like I was like, maybe we'll go see the symphony. Maybe we'll do something. And stupid people just go online and start looking willy-nilly and just trying to find stuff. Or if you're looking for a gift for somebody and you want it to be like an experience, the dummies will like look at a newspaper and look at like the 23 best gift ideas. The smart ones go to Today Tix. Today Tix is your ticket to entertainment with best value on tickets to Broadway and beyond. Getting tickets is as easy as ordering takeout. Just go to Today Tix, T-I-X, the Today Tix app, or visit todaytix.com. Scroll through their offerings, then check out in just a few taps and get your tickets sent right to your phone. They've got amazing holiday programming in cities across the country. It's not just Broadway. It's tickets to anything you want to see. Perfect if you're traveling for the holidays. Today Tix also gives you access to exclusive pre-sales, lotteries, and specially priced rush tickets. I'm wondering if our shows are on there.
Ooh, good
That would
question.
be interesting. Joey, see if people can get tickets to our show and they can see Kira and I all next year. Go to todaytix.com/Papa and use promo code Papa to get $20 off your first Today Tix purchase. That's promo code Papa at todaytix, tix.com/Papa. todaytix.com/Papa. If you want a gift for yourself or you want a gift for your friends, you could also go to nuts.com. I love nuts.com. This is pretty funny, but to be purely honest, just reading this ad makes me want to go get stuff from nuts.com to fill up because I'm all into hosting and I know what I'm going to be doing for Christmas Eve and people coming through. This is what I should be doing. At the grocery store, you can get pecans, but don't you want bourbon pecans? Do you say pecans or pecans?
Pecan.
Yeah, I say pecan. No, I don't.
You say pecan.
I say pecans.
Yeah.
Just sounds
Adult or adult?
adult.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Pajamas or pajamas?
Pajamas.
Yeah. When people say pajamas,
Ugh.
I'm like, you can't be in my life.
How were you raised?
How about sweet and spicy pecans? Pecan brittle or buddy toffee pecans? Are you get what I'm trying to say here? Nuts.com has hundreds of different varieties of all the nuts they offer. Cashews, almonds, pistachios, dried mango. The variety is vast at nuts.com. It's a fun site. The packaging is really fun too. And kids are going back to school. Actually, kids are going to be back at home for the holidays. You want to feed them stuff that's healthy. Get them some nuts.com. You also want them to like you, so you give them some stuff that's not good for them. Plenty of gluten-free options, organic choices. At nuts.com, quality is top priority. They roast their nuts and pop their corn same day as it's delivered, as when it ships. So, so they can reach you deliciously fresh. Shop a la carte anytime or opt into hassle-free auto deliveries so you never run out of your favorite items. Right now, Nuts.com is offering new customers a free gift with purchase and free shipping on orders of $29 or more at Nuts.com/Papa. Go check them out. You get a free gift and free shipping when you spend $29 or more. That's Nuts.com/Papa. Thank you to both our sponsors. Good peeps. What is your happy Hanukkah, by the way?
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Do you celebrate Hanukkah with the kids?
We dip our toes in.
Okay. It's all Christmas?
It's mostly Christmas. Although we have some friends that are going to have a little party, and that's where my Jewiness comes out. So I'll go and I'll bring my kids, and we'll have some Hanukkah gelt.
That's good.
Some chocolates and eat some foods.
That'll be
at our friend's house.
at like the fourth day.
Yeah, that's what's great. You don't just have one shot. One shot.
Slow your roll. People have tried this campaign before. It doesn't catch on. The 8 days. I know.
8 days of like, what works for you? Tuesday? Thursdays. But great. It's still Hanukkah.
Yeah.
It's still Hanukkah.
Look, I love the Jewish people.
I know you do.
I love people that celebrate their religious beliefs. The 8 days, if it was 8 Christmases, you'd be like, whoa, this is amazing.
It'd be nuts.
But when you're lighting a candle and giving them a little something and then walking out of the room, it's like, 8 more days of this.
But can I share something? Anyone listening that has kids that are doing both the Christmas stuff and the Jewish stuff? Let me tell you, I found a hack that is so amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, my husband was raised with advent calendars, so
Yes.
we've had advent calendars for our kids every year.
Right.
Okay.
Get your little chocolate.
Yeah, you get a little treat, a little toy, a little something. The last couple years, I've made my own advent calendars. You just buy empty boxes with numbers on them, and then you just fill it up with whatever you want.
Right. Beef jerky.
The days of Hanukkah, they become a Hanukkah calendar.
Just for
those
wherever it falls in the calendar.
Because it's always different.
That's great.
So they're getting their little 8 presents, but it's within an already structured system.
Very good.
So last night
A lot of people say you're not smart, and I say you are smart.
I appreciate you standing up for me. I appreciate that. So now they're opening their advent calendar, but it's
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's really, really
the Hanukkah
great.
stuff.
That's great. Now I'm going to ask you something, and I don't want you to judge me when I ask you.
Okay, promise.
Because I can't predict what you're going to say. But I have Jewish friends that were not aware of this. Hanukkah is celebrated with donuts.
Yes.
Jelly donuts.
Yes.
You knew this.
So Hanukkah has a lot of symbols, and the jelly donut is the symbol of like the sweetness of life.
Got it.
Yes.
But because not a lot, but I'm surprised that some of my Jewish friends who celebrate Hanukkah were not aware of the donut part. And now you're selling the 8-day thing. You lean into the donut thing.
Yes, that's right.
People are going to start paying attention.
I'm the first to admit that Jews need better marketing. First to admit. There's a spectrum of Jews.
Sure.
There's and we all fall somewhere on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a non-union Jew.
Right.
I haven't paid, gotten my card updated
You haven't gone down
in
to
years.
the
There's an office you have to go.
You don't go.
I'm busy.
Right.
But I do know, yes, that there's a lot of symbolism.
Mm-hmm.
Just like in Passover, there's a symbolism.
Sure.
There's the salty on the big. Again, don't ask me what the dish is called. I know it when I hear it, but there's a dish. You've seen it.
Matzah brai.
With like a bone and and then the salty water.
Right, right.
So a lot of symbolism.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And the jelly donut.
It's not just latkes.
No. Again, you're doing the thing that you want them to stop doing and get better marketing. I say jelly donut. Don't talk to me about bones on a plate with some salt.
That's Passover.
You just keep saying, yeah, you
But
Christian.
You want a donut?
You want donuts?
Yeah.
Come to my house.
Yeah.
They're really good, by the way.
They're amazing.
I know.
Yes. And there's a lot of chocolate. So we have that in common.
Yeah, that's good
You
too.
know, we don't do the candy cane bullshit.
Yeah.
Sorry. You have one candy cane early December. I'm good. I don't need another. Like people that are like, oh, here's a. You go to the bank. They give my kids a candy cane. We went to the post office. They gave my kids a candy cane. And we're done. We had one.
So Mike is talented. Mike is a good cook.
Very good.
Does he host? Do you host? Does he cook for Christmas Eve or Christmas Day?
Christmas Day.
At the house.
And yeah, we'll have,
You'll have
a
some-
lot of food.
A lot of people over?
Probably not like the same amount. Probably
Yeah.
it'll literally be the same people as Thanksgiving.
Right, that's
it's
what-
just going to be close family this year.
Joey, are you in? Oh no, you're not in town.
Yeah, I'll be home.
You're going home.
Oh, what about your cousin? What's he up to? Does he want to come over?
Cousins are not allowed without Joey.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm sorry to say it to my daughters, but you're not allowed to have military guys over if they're not family connected. Somehow.
Yeah. They need to have that connection, or else it's.
So Joey, you're gonna miss out on the big Christmas Eve feast of the 7 fishes.
Oh, you do Christmas Eve.
I do Christmas Eve.
That's an Italian thing, right?
That's an Italian thing.
Yeah.
The Feast of the 7 Fishes. You have
Yeah.
7 fish. And I also, because not everyone likes it, because it's fish, I also make lasagnas.
Oh,
A meat lasagna and a
Yeah.
veggie lasagna.
yeah.
And yeah, it's a good time.
That sounds amazing.
It
Didn't
is
they
amazing.
have like an episode of The Bear
Yes.
with that?
Where it just went horribly
That
wrong. It was,
show stressed me out
I know.
so much. I could not watch it. I would be
Yeah.
furious.
It's really intense. It is intense. It's well done,
But
though.
did you have that growing up when you were a kid? Because I know now you're a
Not
Californian.
Really. It's interesting because we would go to my grandmother's house in Clifton, New Jersey, which was about the size of this room.
The whole house?
The whole house.
Oh, my God.
And I'm one of 21 cousins, grandchildren. And we would all stuff into that house, and it wouldn't be the 7 fishes. It was lots of pasta and meatballs and all that kind of stuff. And then we would cram in and eat in this one room, and then we would cram in where the little tree was, and everyone would sit around, and my grandmother and my Aunt Lynn would give gifts to everybody, and we would all give gifts to the two of them. And you look at pictures, and it's a lot of people in like their 80s, early 80s, late 70s sweaters and hairstyles and crammed on top of each other. And we were all just piled in to this hot, sweaty thing. It's the greatest memory of all.
Of course.
Of all. And I still try and keep the family together. My cousin RC and I organize. It's now in our hands to make sure everybody gets together. We'll be doing that next weekend. We're going to go to my other cousin's house. We usually do it at a restaurant. And we're all going to jam back into a little house and do it again. And we've kept it going, which is pretty great.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's like kids you don't even know. It's like my one side has lots of kids, and they've all had kids now, and they have kids.
Oh,
and,
wow.
And so people are showing up like we're related somehow, but I'm not really sure.
incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty special. But living in LA, without all our family around, we host for our friends. And I started doing the Feast of the 7 Fishes. I always wanted to do it. So that's become our tradition.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to do. It's not like tuna and swordfish and lobster. It's
Right.
like a crab dip with oysters in it. That's 2.
You found
Shrimp.
a loophole then.
yeah, some lox,
Okay.
And,
Oh, lox is
then
good.
some big stuff, linguine
Yeah.
with clam sauce.
But your wife won't have fish?
She does have fish.
Okay, that's nice.
She does
That's
have
good.
fish.
That's good.
But I don't know how much of it she eats on that night, actually. I think it's mostly about the lasagnas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a tradition with my mom. Ever since I can remember, we would have Thanksgiving at our house. All the Soviets
Right.
would come to celebrate this. Like, okay, they tell us we have day off from work, so we will. That's the thing, is that we fully wanted to assimilate.
Right.
So all
All
the
in.
Russian community came to our house.
Uh-huh.
And my mom would always make a turkey. And the tradition was at the end of the night, you give some leftovers
Christmas
to
Eve?
people. No, this is Thanksgiving.
Christmas.
Sorry.
Oh, Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. You give leftovers to people and whatever.
Yeah.
And there would be, and Cynthia, if you're listening, close your ears on this part. There would be the carcass.
Yeah.
And my mom and I would sit down. It was just me and her. And like vultures.
Just picking.
All night. All night. Just sitting and talking and picking and getting like, it's so gross. I'm so sorry.
It's so great,
it's
though.
such a memory, though.
Yeah.
It was just my mom and I. My dad had no interest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to sit here and pick at the
It
brains
seems
of
like
this
such
animal.
a waste when you ditch that thing.
But it wasn't about like, oh, we're eating because we're hungry and we need to fill
Yeah.
up. And
Yeah.
it was just our way of connecting.
Right.
So this year, I told my 8-year-old, we're starting a tradition because now she kind of gets it.
Yeah.
And every year, and she sat with me and we picked at
After the Laugh Factory?
After the Laugh Factory, we got home and we wanted to nosh a little
Yeah.
bit. And we sat and the carcass was still out there. And we just sat picking. I go, this is our tradition now. This is what mommy did when I was your age. And she's like, I love this tradition. And we're like breaking the breastplate. Like we're so aggressive and just violent.
That's great.
It's like
Your son didn't
caveman
want in on it?
times. He was with my husband. They were watching something.
Right.
Was there a game on that night? I don't know,
Yeah,
whatever. Or maybe
yeah.
Mike recorded it. But it was just Claire and I were sitting there. And she's like cracking the back open. And she's like, yeah. And it was, you saw this, like the caveman side of her brain, like turned on.
That's so
And
cute.
we sat and we chatted and we talked and we
Nice.
decimated this poor, helpless animal.
Good for you. Yeah. There's so many steps you can take that turkey afterwards. My friend Elizabeth made turkey pot pie,
Oh, yeah.
then turkey soup,
A soup, yeah.
and then turkey salad for sandwiches. And I mean, you can really, and then the carcass, with the soup, and you can really go deep.
Yeah.
That's the one hitch in our thing where we go away to the hotel for a couple days right after.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Christmas, we don't do the 7 fishes. Although
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, is it a Catholic thing? Because my husband was raised Catholic, but
I think it's more Italian.
maybe Italian. He does a lot of different porks.
Porks
A lot.
for Christmas Eve?
For Christmas
Day?
He'll do like a roast beef
Uh-huh.
and then like 2 pork. Like there's a lot.
Wow.
So for someone like me,
Yeah, that's pretty
I'm
great.
so excited. And they're Puerto Rican. One is Puerto Rican style.
Okay, which
Yeah.
is they put in a parade.
Shoulder. They put it in a parade. That's right. They
Shoulder?
dance on it to tenderize it. It's the shoulder.
Oh,
Pork shoulder.
Pork shoulder.
Are you okay?
I'm okay.
I know you like meat, so
I
it's-
do,
it's-
but because one of the things from living with all vegetarians.
yeah,
And I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but I don't have the depth of knowledge of cooking meats.
yeah,
Like I can cook basic steaks and
Sure.
stuff like that, and I could do anything, but I don't have that deep knowledge of like guys that are into that
I'm going
level.
to save you some, and I'm going to bring it to you, and then you will just melt. It is incredible.
It's very generous of you to say.
You don't want any?
I do want it, but I don't like being teased.
You're gonna love it.
And we're recording this pretty early.
All right. Don't
and
worry.
last time you said you were going to bring me coffee, and there's no coffee.
When did I say I was going to bring you coffee and not bring it? Because I told you I was going to bring you coffee and then I brought it.
No. It was, I'm going to bring you coffee. And I was thinking about getting coffee. I was like, we don't have coffee. And you say, okay, next time I'll bring coffee.
Oh, yeah. Don't listen to those things.
Yeah.
Those I don't mean those. Yeah.
You mean pork shoulder?
Bringing you some pork shoulder.
mean it.
Oh my God.
Okay, before we go.
Okay.
Because this is all about
I got it.
planning for the holidays.
Yes, all about eating and celebrating.
How do you and your husband handle gifts? Is it just a free-for-all? Are there rules? Are you just get what you get and we'll see how it goes?
So I already got my husband his gifts.
And he
I
opened
don't
them
think
already?
he doesn't usually. He usually forgets.
What? So you gave
No,
him
they're
something in
hidden.
July and you're counting it
No,
as
no,
Christmas?
they're hidden. They're hidden.
Oh, he doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
You bought them.
I already bought them because
They're
I'm like,
hidden.
oh, let me just get these.
Right.
I'll forget, and I'm always, I hate being last minute.
Oh, that's good.
A friend of ours invited us to a Christmas Eve event, and I told her, I go, that is such panic mode for us. We can't go anywhere. We are
Right.
we are in
It's
such
true.
panic mode. We are running to the store, like
Yeah.
counting. Well, I got her 6 things and him only 5. Let's go.
What is with the moms with that?
Because it's guilt.
They
It's
don't
just
need,
guilt.
the kids never notice.
Oh, listen, you haven't met my kids.
Really?
Oh yeah, but we are
My
getting
wife
them.
insists that our kids know too, but I don't believe that.
We don't get them as much stuff anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you said, experiences. Mm-hmm. We get them like last year. One of their gifts was the Magic Castle,
Oh, that's fun.
and they're gonna remember that forever. We had such a great time. We went and
I've never been.
Oh, but go see it through the eyes of a kid. You want to rent my kids? I'll lend you my kids.
I got college kids.
Nah, it's not the same.
won't like
They
it.
want to make out with 25-year-olds. It's not the
Will
same.
they like it? They'll be making out with
They
magicians.
they will. They'll still like it, but it's a little bit, it's magic.
kitschy, yeah.
It's magic. So you got to be like,
Yeah, that's fun.
It's fun.
Should I try and go when they're home for break?
I think so. It's definitely something to do
Yeah.
where it's a special thing. Like they make you dress up. Like women aren't allowed to wear pants. They have to wear a skirt.
Oh, yeah.
There's a dress code. You have to wear a sports jacket, no jeans. So you feel like it's
I
something
like that.
extra.
Yeah.
And it's very fun and cheesy. And,
Yeah.
no disrespect to magicians.
How long is it?
However long you want it to be.
Oh, you just linger?
They want you to like sit and eat the meal. You don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to.
You're saying not to.
I say not to.
Just go for the.
You just go and you show up. You don't need to make
and
a
you watch the
reservation.
magic
And you go from little room to room to room, and it's
and watch
it's very
magic.
cute. And there's like up close, and
You convince me.
there's a show.
I won't go.
Go with kids.
Joey did a set. He did stand-up comedy.
I know, and I'm very upset that I wasn't invited. I would have gone.
It was in a pet shop,
What?
A deli,
a deli.
normal
How did
place
you get
for
Pet Shop
for
from Delhi?
Wow, is it
Oh
that
my
far apart?
God, yes.
Really?
And how did it go, Joey?
It went pretty good. Yeah, I think I haven't gone up too much this last year, so I think there's like some idea of like, oh, I could still probably bring the house down, and didn't
Cock.
quite go that
what?
way.
What did you just say? Did you hear yourself?
Me or Tom?
You. I haven't gone up that much this year, but I could bring the house down?
Yeah, that's
Oh, this generation is amazing.
Amazing.
They are the CEO of everything they do.
So did you?
No. It went pretty good though.
Okay.
I
You got a
think-
couple laughs?
Yeah, I definitely got a good amount of laughs. It was
How long?
5 minutes.
How many laughs did you get?
I would say I did about 3 bigger jokes, I guess. So there were definitely laughs inside of all of those, but maybe not exactly where I wanted each time. My like closing bit didn't get a laugh. I had to like keep going after that, which is a fun experience. But yeah, I think just I wanted to be a little more. I don't think I was like a stiff up there, but I think the other people up there just looked more comfortable in every moment.
And why would that be, Kira?
I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe it's because you do stand up every 4 months.
I know.
How many spots did you do last night?
3.
Yeah, it's.
Last night.
That was just last night.
I was at the Comedy Magic Club last night. I headlined down there.
I am so happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Don't you love it?
I always love it. It was great. It was really fun. And someone, a server, I think, came up and said, "You work with Kira a lot, and she is my favorite."
Come on.
Said it with a little too much intensity.
Yeah. I'm a good kisser. That's why.
Mm.
People remember me.
Yeah, the staff. Working your way
Yeah.
through the staff.
Well, they're going to bring you free drinks. That's very kind.
Yes, it was
I'm
very
finally
nice.
there. Saturday.
Oh, yeah?
Tomorrow. I have not because I have very gratefully been on the road with you every weekend and then booked for other things every weekend. And I like to do their weekend shows because there's a 6 o'clock and an 8 o'clock. So then, boom, I get my 2 sets in.
Nice.
And then I might tag it on with Long Beach Laugh Factory
Whoa.
or a late show at the Improv. So then I can get 3, maybe 4 if I
Whoa.
do the lab and the main room at the Improv. But Joey, you get that, right? That's your schedule.
We all
That's
know
your
the grind
schedule
in this
too.
room.
You
That's
get
Joey's
it.
That's Joey's 2024 and 2025.
Vision board. But I'm so glad you were there.
Yeah, it was really fun.
It's so great, and everyone there is so nice, and they really take care of you, and they want you to be like feel like you're at home.
It's a really great place to go when you're off the road but still want to do your longer set.
That's right. And
know?
that crowd, even though it's still LA, it has a feeling of like, or maybe Iowa.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They're cute.
Yeah,
I
that's why
love it.
Leno always does it.
That's
He
right.
always
That's right.
Felt that it was a good sample of the country. Really fun, really great. Richard's great. The whole thing was amazeballs. If you're looking for tickets to see Kira and I next year, go to tompapa.com. There's a whole bunch of shows up. We just released the whole tour up to the summer pretty much. And
That's weird. I only have 2 dates with you.
oh, that's weird because
That's weird.
you said no to my dates.
Just one time, you can.
Yeah,
a girl likes to be asked.
4-show weekend.
I know.
A 4-show weekend.
Trust me, I was so upset.
It was a good one.
I am just, you know how I love Key West too.
I don't know that.
I am beside myself.
Really? You love it?
I told you my whole biking through Key West story.
You did?
Oh my gosh, it's my favorite things to do. You get a bike and you just bike all up and down that. Oh, listen.
2 nights, 2 shows.
I know. I know. But,
Whatever.
But a girl likes to be asked, so.
I did ask, and you
Ask
said
me,
no.
and then ask me again. Ask me again.
Go to tompapa.com for all of that good stuff. Kira on social media at
Kira Comedy on Instagram. And then everyone message Tom and be like, how dare you, Tom? You got to bring her to more than just 2 gigs in 2024. Anyways.
Even though we talked about living a good life and a healthy life, this is the time to sneak stuff in. So don't eat one day and then eat and drink like crazy the next day.
Enjoy yourselves.
Yeah, enjoy yourselves, and we'll see you next week. Got it, Joey.